Can everyone hear me? We're coming live to you tonight from our goat pen. I'm on this side of the camera, and Chuck is behind the screen manning the chat tonight. So I apologize for the rain. We have a tropical storm coming in. So if you hear a lot of noise, it is raining here. But we wanted to introduce you to all of our goats, but primarily our new babies. Chica had her babies 2 days ago. So we have this one right here is a little boy.
Pick her up, can't see it.
This is one of the little boys, and he is beautiful. He's already loves to get lovin's and comes running when he sees us. So they're all doing really well. So Chica had one of the boys, you can see black and white and very mischievous already. So we don't have names for them yet, and I'll be going over the names that we
ask if you can hear the audio.
Can you hear the audio? If you can, tell us in the chat below or in the chat so we can make sure that you can hear us. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so we want to make sure that you can hear us before we keep going. So this is one of the babies. This is our mama. Have they responded yet?
Yeah, several people said yes.
This is our mama, Chica. This is the other little boy that we have. And he's the sweetheart. He already loves to snuggle, and he'll just sit in your lap and just look up at you. We usually have one out of the kitty that is a real lover boy or lover girl. So. And then here's our little girl. Let me scoot around here. So this is our little girl. Again, we don't have names yet, but they are 2 days old. We were both working, and Chuck came out after work, and I was going to come out in a few minutes to finish up a few things, and he called me on the phone and said, Chica's had her babies. So I came running out, and Chica had all 3 of them already, so we missed the births this time. But she had them outside in the pasture or in their goat area. So we moved them all in and made sure that they nursed so they could get the colostrum from mom, and checked on mom and made sure she was okay. And we've kind of got our goat pen sectioned off a little bit right now. We'll show you the other goats here in a little bit, but we wanted mom and babies, and Noelle is in here at night. Noelle is Chica's first daughter that we had. She was the first baby born on our property about 1.5 years ago. So she's in here at night, but during the day she goes out with the other goats. And our other baby goats are now 6 weeks old, and we'll show you in a few minutes them. So, as you can see, Chica's very protective. She wants to be right here, making sure everything's okay. She doesn't understand why we're in here with these strange equipment. So she's checking everything out and making sure that we don't do anything to hurt her babies. So we can kind of get to the names. We put a poll out. Well, not a poll, but we wanted to enlist everyone's help for names. So we've come up with a bunch of people have sent in name options for the girl and the 2 boys. And we've got some pretty good ones on here. But if you have ideas for names, let us know which goat, whether it's the female, which is the light colored one, and then we have the black and white one, and the one that has like one white sock that's mainly black. So for the female, some of the name options that we got were Salt, Puffin, Luna, Smudge, Powder, Blondie, Alfalfa, Elsa, Angel, Pinky, TT, and Piper. So we have a couple of our favorites right now, but we will let y'all know probably the next day or so. We'll decide on a name from what has come in. If you have other names.
Hold on. Ford just suggested Bo, Luke, and Daisy.
Daisy, we already have a Daisy though. We already have a Daisy, so that won't work. So if you have a name option for our beautiful little girl here, put them in the comments so we can add them to our list. And if we come down between like 2 that we like, we'll put it on there and let everyone vote on Instagram and Facebook. So the next one, this is Noelle, by the way. This was our first baby born on the farm. She was born about 1.5 years ago, and she was actually pregnant and got sick and lost her baby this year. So she hasn't kidded yet, but she's Chica's firstborn, and she was born around Christmas time, so we call her Noelle. She still loves to get lovin's from mom and dad. So this one, this is the one that he's mainly black, has a little dot and has little white paw, little tiny white paw here too.
Got another suggestion.
What?
Opie, Andy, and Aunt B.
That's a good idea. So some ideas we have for this one so far are Pepper, Penguin, Jeeves, Nix, Onyx, Boot, Olaf, Wyatt, Smash, Brody, Big Show, Chewy, Kid, and Boomer. So again, if you have any other suggestions, make sure you put them in the chat, because I'm tired of saying this male and the female. I want them to have names. Of course, we know, if we end up not keeping these and rehoming them, we know that they may change their names, but we got to have names to call them while they're here.
Logan says Oreo for the black and white one.
Oreo?
Oreo,
for
like a
this
cookie.
one?
Like a cookie.
For this one or for this one?
For that one,
Which black and white
ask
one?
Ask him.
Logan, were you talking about the black one with the white sock, or for this one that has black and white? A lot of white. So this one, we have the biggest list of suggested names. It's another little boy. We have Savory, Panda, Tuxedo, Ink, Magpie, Gizmo, Cow, Sven, Doc, Axe, Bruiser, Bam Bam, Han, Billy, Ball Ball, and Hogan. Gizmo, actually, they thought, the person who put it thought this was the girl, so they said Gizzy, the feminine form of Gizmo. So we put Gizmo since it was a boy and not a girl. So any ideas for this one, let us know. It was funny today. We were out here, came out during lunch to take to check on them and everything. And they're just starting to jump. And they've also learned to jump up on the hay now. So you may have seen some of them jump up while we were here, while I was sitting here, but they're just so stinking cute. So you
ask them if they want to see the dad. No.
Do y'all want to see the dad?
If
you do, put it in the chat, because he's right on the other side of this wall, and we can kind of reposition the camera and let you meet the dad and our cow. So the dad's name is Oden. We named him Oden, and we'll show you in just a minute, but we named him Oden because of his hair. He has this little kind of, there? Can you see him?
I've done both.
So we named him Oden because of his hairstyle. And after we named him Oden, one of the girls that I work with, Richella, said, "Oh, like Oden the All-Father," which was perfect because he is the all father of all of our kids here on the farm. And that's his buddy Duke. He is we believe is a Jersey Angus mix or cross. But they've become flatmates, and they're getting their own bachelor pad because we have to get Oden away from the girls because right now he's making their milk stinky and we can't use any of it. So as soon as we get their new bachelor pad finished, they'll be moving out to a different area. We lock our cow up at night with the goats so that he has a companion because they don't like to be by themselves. And also, since we only have one cow, we want to make sure that he's protected from coyotes and other predators in the area. So you've already met Chica, the mom of the new babies. And this is Daisy. And these are 2 babies that were born this year. The one that's laying down, which you can't really see, is Loki. And come here, Daisy, so they can see the babies. And this handsome boy right here is Thor. So we figured, we got suggestions for names, but we figured with Oden being the father, we'd name them Thor and Loki. They're 6 weeks old now. And they are absolutely they're the ones you saw in the video right before we hopped on this live stream. So they're giving us lots of joy being able to watch them play, and they hop up in our laps and just very, very affectionate.
Sheldon, Leonard, and Penny. I like that one, Scott.
We will add that to the list. I figured Chuck would like that because we love Big Bang, even though it's over. So again, here's my big baby, Noel.
The first baby.
The first baby. Turn around, baby. Turn around.
I think Sheldon and Penny and Leonard. I think that's the winner right there.
So that's our new babies, and we are so excited they finally came. We weren't quite sure when they were going to come because this was our first experience with breeding, and we kind of just had Oden in with everyone, so we weren't quite sure when he had bred everybody. Oh, you eat too fast there. So we went ahead and we thought they were going to come in October, the first part of October, but it ended up being a month later. And these are our first triplets. I figured she was going to have 2 babies with the size that she was, but she ended up having 3. So if you have any questions about our goats or anything about the homestead, make sure you put them in the comments below. I mentioned earlier about the rain. It is dying down a little bit right now, but we have a tropical storm, Ada, that is coming. It's due to come directly over us, or just a little to the north maybe. But it's supposed to turn and come into Tampa tomorrow morning, and then be to us by sometime late afternoon or early evening. And so, hurricanes and tropical storms, they're pretty commonplace here in Florida. We did evacuate with Irma, but we evacuated just to our church, and the animals were here safe in the barn and stuff. So we do have, them protected. We'll probably keep them all indoors tomorrow. Loki figures he likes to stand in the feed trough.
So we've got a question. Somebody wants to know, what is the gestation period?
5 months. 5 months from the date that they're bred. So it's not that long. And goats can have, I think on average between 2 and 4 kids. So last time Chica only had one, which was Noel, and Daisy had 2 boys about a year and a half ago. And then this time Daisy had 2 boys again, and she's had 3. So when the storm's coming, we pretty much just keep the animals in. They've got this nice, it's actually a triple carport type thing that we closed in this side. So we have the 2 stalls here. There's a shop area that's not built yet, but will be hopefully soon. We can still park our tractor and one of the vehicles underneath and keep our kayaks and stuff. We have a milking area for the goats. So all of that is in this building, and it's pretty secure, pretty safe for them. Then our ducks are in another building that's pretty safe, and then the chickens we have in their mobile coop, and the rabbits are in their coop or in their cages. So everybody should be safe. They're all kind of underneath the trees, so they won't get a lot. It kind of breaks down a lot of the storm and the winds. The biggest thing we have to worry about is a tree falling on something on the building, which is why we'll probably keep all of the animals in their stalls tomorrow, just to keep them safe from if anything flies around or if any type of debris, gets blown or a tree falls or something. We want to make sure that they're safe.
So somebody wants to know, if you have 3 babies, how do you milk them?
Well, right now, the first couple of weeks, we won't milk at all. So the first couple of weeks, the babies get all of the milk. And then what we do is called kid sharing. So basically, her body's going to adjust to the amount of milk that her kids need. And around week 2 or 3 is when you're in peak performance. So we can actually start kid sharing. So we'll lock the babies up at night. We'll put them, basically we'll just section off a section here so that they can be next to each other, but the babies can't drink from or nurse from her at night. And then first thing in the morning, we'll milk her. And we won't milk her all the way out. We milk her just enough to get maybe a quart or so. Usually about a quart. And then you let the babies go in and they finish milking. What that does is she'll actually produce more milk throughout the day, and then they stay with her the remainder of the day until it's time to put them to bed again at night. So this way they get the benefit of nursing from mom instead of being bottle fed. It's labor intensive, and we still get to enjoy the milk. Then after they're weaned, which we'll probably keep, she'll start naturally weaning them, usually around 8 or 9 weeks old. They'll start eating more of the hay, and we put grain out for the does when they're in milk. So they'll start weaning themselves too. And as long as we keep milking her, we'll start milking her completely out in the morning, and then they'll get the milk for the rest of the day. And we should get about 2 quarts just from the one a day. So it's plenty, for us to share with friends and family, for us to drink, to make cream out of. We make cheese and sour cream and cream cheese.
Another question is, do you give a little grain when milking?
Yes. Some people don't, but in order to keep up their body condition, we choose to give a little grain when they're on the stands. The mamas have been getting grain the whole time that they're pregnant. Plus they get high quality hay, and we also give them a little orchard hay at night that has a little more protein in it than the regular hay that they get. So when they start milking, we'll wean them off of the nightly feeding of grain. I'll keep her on it for the next couple of weeks since she's got 3 and she needs the extra energy. But after about 3 weeks, we'll slowly reduce it where they're only getting grain when they're on the milk stand. and then they get the hay and the orchard hay at night as a treat, and black oil sunflower seeds as treats. So,
Not that everybody doesn't want to see my beautiful wife, but I'm sure they want to see the baby
yes.
goats.
So our male, we don't give any grain to anymore. He used to get a little bit at night, but we weaned him off of that. He loves the orchard hay, which is also higher in protein. So he's strictly on pasture, grazing, and hay now. She was trying to jump earlier today. I was hoping she'd do it here.
Actually, while you were talking, she jumped on the bell. Hey.
Oh, did she? Hopefully they got to see that.
Well, I saw it, so I'm sure they saw it.
So everyone who's on, let us know who you are and where you're from. If you haven't commented in the comments below, we'd love to. We can't tell who all. We can just leave a comment and say, hi, it's Scott from Brooksville or whatever. That would be awesome.
Ready for the other announcements?
Yes. So, do you have a picture or no?
Yeah, I'm putting your picture on right now.
So, in February, we're getting a puppy. And the picture that you're seeing on the screen, hopefully right now, is the picture of the mom and the dad. She has been confirmed that she's pregnant. So, Nico will be getting either a little brother or a little sister in February because she's due, in this month or next month?
Yeah.
And then, of course, they need to be 8 weeks. So Chuck will be flying up to Virginia to go and pick our puppy up and bring it home. He'll drive home. He's going to rent a car so he can drive home with the puppy. But we're very excited about that. We miss Sasha terribly still. But I think both of us by February, I'm already ready for another dog, and Chuck's getting there. So, and Nico definitely needs to have the companionship. So, Noelle, are you not getting enough loving? Come here. I give you loving. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, she's my good girl. So they're not as playful right now because they're only 2 days old. But I think it's amazing that, within a few minutes they're standing and walking around and they're already jumping up on a hay bale when they're 2 days old, and they get in a little kid pile over in the corner when they're sleeping and kind of climb on each other and try to be king of the mountain or queen of the mountain. So
Landon wants to know, is there a PS5 in the goat's future?
That's funny, Landon. I don't think the goats would get any enjoyment out of the PS5, but thanks for playing. So, for those of you who don't know, Landon and Logan and Levi are 3 of our grandsons, and then we have Con and Isla. So, we can't wait for them to be able to come up and see the babies soon, hopefully. Because they get a kick out of letting them climb all over them. And I recently had some friends from work come when the other babies were about a week old. And they got to visit with all of them. And I don't know, there's just something about baby goats that just makes you smile and laugh. The rain's getting a little bit harder, but do you have any other questions? Because we're kind of stuck in here right now with the rain. Anything else from our homestead that you'd like to see in the future? Because now that we know we can do this, we can, as long as we have a way to light up, we can do anything pretty much, as long as we have Wi-Fi. So put some comments in the comments below.
George wants to know, when are we going to live stream for the Plant City goats?
Oh, that might be a good one to do one day. We'll have to set that up. George and his family got our first 2 goats that Daisy had. Was our pastor and good friends, and so they adopted. It was Dasher and Prancer, but they renamed to Dasher and Brody. So, because get it, Brody? No, Brady. Brady. Goat, greatest of all time, Brady. So, doesn't mean much to me, but they're big football fans, so I'm sure it does to them. So those 2 goats are there and living a very good life. They keep their lawn and weeds and stuff cleared out in their backyard and get lots of lovin's. And I think they have their neighbors have horses that have kind of become fence buddies with them, and their dog and stuff. So if any of our local people are interested in adopting or having some of our goats rehomed, we obviously have too many now with all these babies, so we will be looking for good homes for them in the future. So just reach out and let us know. See, this one's the lover boy. I really love, they got this from their dad. If you take a look at their ears, see the spots on their ears? Even the blonde ones have these beautiful little spots, like speckled ears. They're just so pretty. So. Any other questions for us tonight? We're so glad y'all all got to come and see us. I wish Chuck had been able to be on this side with me, but he's kind of having to keep the goats away from the computer and stuff. So Loki getting into trouble again over there.
Living up to his namesake. Tell people what that black thing is, baby.
That is their mineral feeder. So we keep their free choice minerals and baking soda in it. And he likes to stand and obviously lay in it. So they've eaten all of the minerals out. I have to fill it tomorrow. I noticed it was empty this morning. And if you've seen the camera shaking any, there are mosquitoes out here. So occasionally I think we're having to battle the mosquitoes. So if it shakes, we apologize for that. But I hope you could hear well enough tonight.
Ask it one more time. Any questions before we sign?
We're coming up to 30 minutes, so we'll be getting off pretty soon. So make sure if you have any questions for us that you put it in the comments. And if you haven't said hi yet and told us where you're from, please do that.
Landon wants to know, can he have a goat?
You don't have a yard to put it in, baby. But you've got goats that you can come here and check out anytime. So both Landon and Logan help me milk sometimes when they're here visiting. And I can't wait to get my goat milk. I am on keto, but I will be doing some goat milk. I'll do the cream throughout the week, but on Saturdays I'm gonna have a cheat day and have goat milk in my coffee and honey, because it is the best. Nothing better than goat milk and honey and coffee.
Okay, 30 seconds we'll sign off.
Huh? So we got about 30 more seconds and we're gonna sign off for tonight. But thank y'all all for joining in with us. We do these live streams every week every week on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. If for some reason we can't, we will post it that we're canceling that night. There was one week we were sick that we didn't do it.
But not always from the goat pen.
Yeah, it won't always be from the goat pen, but we try to talk about what's going on the homestead or whatever y'all want to talk about. Make sure if you haven't yet, help us. One way you can help us out on YouTube is just subscribe and click like when you watch a video that you like, or leave us a comment, because that helps. All of that helps with our algorithm, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers right now. I think we're around 839 or something like that right now. So any help would be appreciated in helping us get there. If you like our goat videos, share them on your Facebook page. Maybe some people subscribe. But we enjoy doing this. We're just taking y'all along on the journey of homesteading. We also do kayaking and scuba diving on the channel. So whatever's pretty much is going on in our life, it's just a blog. You can also follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, the Bowser Journal. And we have a podcast now. So if you're in your car riding around and want to listen to a podcast about homesteading, it's called Southern Homesteading Podcast. So we'd love for you. Until next time, live your own soul.